Well, hi there, it's Brooke, and I've decided to start another tiered tray series on my channel because I don't have enough yet. I feel like I could, have a few more, right? Anyways, I was going through Pinterest and Instagram the other day, and when you look at tiered trays, you always see tons of examples that have this tiered tray on it. Now, this is the tiered tray I got off of Amazon, and I will link it below for you. This is definitely a pricier tiered tray. You're not going to find it for like $10, $15. It's probably more in the $50 range, depending on when you're looking at it. It can kind of fluctuate. And I have seen this tray that you can buy from other stores when I look at Instagram or Pinterest, and you can like click the little links and stuff. And it does come in, I know, on Amazon in white and black when I purchased mine, and I just like the brown one. I decorate with a lot of white, so I don't know how much I'd like that one. It's a pretty stable piece. I think the first one I got was broke, so I did have to send it back. Mine does have kind of a crack in it right here. It's not causing any structural issues. You see so many ideas and Pinterest people styling this type of tray. Might not be this exact tray, but it's a tray like super similar, might be a little smaller, might be a little bigger. So I thought it would be fun to take 3 pictures from Pinterest and Instagram and use my decor to decorate this tiered tray inspired by that picture. And I've done this before when I just decorate that tiered tray. If I find a really good like Easter one, I'll use that to inspire me, and you just use my decor or things like that. So what I've done is I took each picture and went through my stuff. If I had the same stuff, then I used that, or gathered as similar items as I could to match the picture. Because I've had people comment on my videos and say, oh, that's really neat that you used a picture but like made it your own, because I always see these inspiration photos and I feel like I have to copy it exactly, so then I just get stuck. And you don't need to copy it exactly. You just need to use it as like a starting point, and then you don't need to go out and buy everything that's in that photo or that inspiration piece, because half of it is homemade or found thrifting or this or that. I just took what I had to be as similar to the picture as possible, and sometimes I was like, well, I don't know if this will work or this will work, so I added a few things. So we are going to kind of go through and piece it together. I only gathered items for this video. I figured that'd be fun way to kind of like, you can see my thought process and like how I move things around. Usually I just do it and then show you, but I have not done that today. So I just have the pieces. So I have 3 photos, and I will link each photo down below, so whoever posted it gets credit. And then we're gonna make some tier trays. And I just picked very like simple, everyday kind of tier trays, maybe geared a little towards, spring and summertime, kind of the time that we are in. And then I figured I could do this again like around winter time or fall time. I haven't decided exactly. I want to do it for every season or holiday. I love decorating tiered trays, so we'll see how excited I get, because I do like using the inspiration photos. But right now, these are going to be more of everyday spring, summer, or I should say summer kind of trays. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get to tiered traying. So I have my tray set up here, and then I have all the items behind it that I gathered for this photo. Here is my inspiration photo. I don't have a ball like that. I've kind of improvised on things that I'm going to use with that. And then I have a little house, but not with the key, and I think that's what this post is for, because it says Etsy. It's for that little house key. And then I had to use a few different colors because I didn't have the white flower and things like that. So let's see how inspired we can be by this photo. And I do have the welcome sign, so let's set that down here first. And I think that is held up by something here. I just grabbed one of my little blocks, and we'll just use that. So what I thought would be similar to that wood ball with all the different see-through would be this metal basket. Now the creamer, I just have a little bitty picture like this. I thought about doing like a whole coffee theme, and I could use this coffee can in there, but I think that would look better if I did this over here. So that's just not filling it up very well. This is too small. Let's do this basket. I have this little vase. So let's do that vase in here for the white. And then the brown pitcher in the back, I'm going to set this there. And then there's another pitcher or vase next to it. And I'm just going to use this little orange one I have. I'm hoping that'll kind of show through and peep out. And I picked my orange flower because I thought that was a good kind of neutral color. You could use green and blue, but I don't have like a big white one. So I just have this little one. And then there is a like poor or a happy or something like right over here, which I thought I could use that, or I thought I could use my Ray Done Happy candle. So depending on kind of what way we want to go here. This is my little house. It says home on the other side with a pumpkin. So I technically have a little house. It just doesn't have a little key, but I could easily wrap some twine around that I have. So there is that. And then there is beads in this picture. One of them has a heart on it, and I thought that maybe my M one would kind of be a good substitute for that. There's beads in the back just kind of hanging down, I think just for filler. If this was fall, I would just flip this around and use this picture, and then that would kind of be it. But I do not like how this is coming together down here on the bottom. It's frustrating me. So let's switch gears a little bit and try a more kind of coffee theme. And I could still use this just for filler in the back. I'm gonna put my beads in there. So if we're gonna do a more coffee theme, let's grab this picture. And then I do have this little like sugar canister I thought would look cute. And I'm not a particular fan of now that it says welcome. How about we flip-flop these two around? Okay, bring this up front here. Try some greenery over here. Let's try this little house up there with the orange flower, and then it kind of brings in the brown from the beads. Okay, I'm definitely liking this a lot better. They also have some greenery kind of over here, but my only complaint with this, and I know it's just showcasing that house up there, is they don't have any like thing filled in the background really. I'm gonna grab some filler for the back. I used the inspiration photo pretty much as far as it's going to take us. So now I just want some filler. So I just have my big cloche here, and I'm just filling it with these moss stones from the Dollar Tree. I'm plopping that back there to add a little greenery to it. These two are the same height. Sometimes kind of bothers me, I wonder. I do just kind of like this coffee can in the back. I think it fits nice back there. Gives it a good kind of balanced fill. You think there needs to be something in there? Or should I leave it because the flower and the greenery? I grabbed some purple lavender sprigs here. Oh yeah, I like, you can easily kind of flip that coffee can. Okay, I like that much better. So we went from this photo here to that. I definitely think that that wasn't full enough, and I should have thought of that when I was grabbing things, that there was nothing in the back and I would need some filler for that. But overall, it's all got the same thing. We have a beaded little rope, we have a flower, we have a house, not the same house, but a house. We have a white jar, we have some vases in the back. The bottom we did improvise a lot on. I didn't have that ball, I didn't have a pitcher. I didn't like how just the beads were laying back here. I wanted them more in my bucket, and I felt like since I used a vase more shape, I needed some flowers or greenery in it, so I chose some lavender. And then like I talked about before, the filler in the back. But I really like how this turned out. I'm very excited with this. I would definitely use this in my house for spring, summertime. Like I said, that little house I have, you could easily put that in for fall time, and you wouldn't have to switch out a lot. Maybe switch these out for like a yellow or a burgundy, and maybe change this to an actual pumpkin. But you could pretty much leave it the same, put some pumpkins back here. So this would be a very easy piece to like switch out for different holidays and everything. I hope you like this one, and let's move on to the next inspiration photo. once again, here we are with the tray. So I did have to make some adjustments because I don't have like a braid on birdhouse. I don't have that mug or a lot of those like little plates there, and I have different kind of pots and greenery that we're gonna use. So I have most of the stuff on here, just not exact. So let's get to making that tray. So let's start out with where the birdhouse is, and I'm just gonna use these little white houses from Target forever ago, and then where the Ray Dunn mug is, I'm going to stick another house. And so I do have a little terracotta succulent, but it's kind of small, and that one is bigger, so I could do this one there, and then there is a smaller gray one next to it, kind of looks like this, but then that's a lot of gray, so I wasn't kind of sure what I wanted to do there. I thought maybe it'd be kind of fun just to prop this one up a little bit just to give it height, and then I think this one would go a little better there, or I have this wood one that I could put over there if we wanted to stick more with like the succulent theme. And I still feel like we could use this gray one maybe and just put it in the back. I think our front is pretty good. Maybe besides the succulent that's kind of hanging down here, I do have these long drapey succulents. I just don't have one. So let's see how I can kind of put the other ones in the back here and just have that one in the front. So now we got that. So let's work on the bottom a little bit. There is a little succulent kind of in the front, and then there's a little bowl with this little pitcher sitting right in the front, and it does have a tulip in it. So let's try that. Maybe, yeah, that's a little better. And then it has like those stack of plates. Well, I don't have that. So I just grabbed one of my cake stands here, and it has all sorts of these little coffee cups. Well, I just have these little coffee cups from Hobby Lobby. So we are just going to improvise and put these in there. And then there is like a blue succulent back here. Well, I have this pink one, so let's try this back there. That's kind of small. Let's prop her up. And then I can see a little vase like this with twine on it in the back. Mine doesn't have twine, but we can kind of fill it in here. And then I also see some succulent by the birdhouse, so let's fill that in here. I'm going to give this little one some height just so it's a little taller than that one. Succulents coming through. So I wonder, see, their birdhouse is way bigger than that one. So I suppose that's why it's not, you know, filling up the space. Maybe exactly like my little house is. I feel like this is too tall. I grabbed one of my little bit shorter ones, and then we can see. I think I need just a big like metal bucket back here. Tried to use on that last tray. I think that is just going to fill in this space way better. Oh yeah. Let's see, do I want to stick this in here? I think we got it. I like that hanging down. I like this. We got this over here hanging. I like that I switched out the terracotta pot to add more color up here since there's so much color down there. I think it really fills it out really nice. So once again, I'll show you the pic. So there's the inspiration photo, and then there's my tiered tray. I just took the main pieces once again and tried to find ones that were similar to what I had, and then, you know, get your filler because they never seem to fill up the back like I do. Make it yours. I really like this one. I think this is super cute. I would definitely do this year round with the succulents. I think succulents are a very good like year round decor. Houses, coffee cups. A tulip, maybe not so much. You might want to stick like another succulent in there or piece of greenery. Overall, I mean, these are kind of springy colors, but if you had the more braid done little mugs or a metal mug like they have, then that would work too. But I really like how this turned out. I'm just loving the look of succulents this summer. I've done a lot of them, and there it is. we're all set up for the third and final one. Here is the inspiration photo. I have a Let's Stay Home sign. Mine's just a little different. And then I do have a Ray Dunn mug that I'm going to use I thought would work well. And then my flowers are all different. So yes, I feel this is a little more maybe spring, summer. If you changed up your florals in here, I think it would go really well for like any time of the year. So mine has a little more color than this one. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the mug and then get the picture situated. So the mug is on one of these kind of like wood risers, it looks like, from Target. And mine just says be in the moment. I thought that was a nice one to have too. The little sign is also on a riser. Mine is just a dollar spot sign that says let's stay home. They have a bud vases right here and it's green. I don't have a green one that looks like that. I have a blue one or a pink I can use. I'm going to use blue, I think, and then use the pink one in a different spot. And then they also kind of have a vase, a green vase like this down here. And then next to it, there is a distressed terracotta pot. So let's put that into position. And then this is where they have the other green vase kind of sitting behind here. They have a little bird, and I do have that little white bird that they have, but I didn't want to go steal it from my other decor, because if you're gonna use steal from other decor to make this, so then you just have to fill that up. So I just chose to use what I already have. And then they do have something with flowers in the back here, so I thought maybe this little flower pot would work nice. And I think they have other pots in the back here. I did grab this out, so we'll see. So let's start putting in the flowers and just see how it's gonna flow here. So they have some big white flowers in that top thing, so I just grabbed these white flowers to stick those in there. And then they have a bunch of like kind of light pink roses in here, and I just thought these like light peachy pink ones would look nice, so they work pretty well. I just had to kind of put the stems together and shorten them up a little bit. And then there's just a sprig of greenery in this little bud vase. I thought these little succulents would look cute that I had. And then up on the top, it is the same color flowers as that. I don't have any more of those, but I do have these ones. So I'm going to stick these up here in my little water can. And then they do have some greenery sticking out here. And then they have one other flower sticking right by that there. Okay, so they have a little bird here. I don't have a little bird, but I have this little like rustic little birdhouse I thrifted forever ago, and it does have a hangy hook on it, so let's just try to bend that back so it's not in the way. And maybe I need to kind of move this back a little. Set this up. We want to go over here with it. No. So maybe we don't use that. Once again, I need filler in the back. I don't know what it is. And I see stuff in the back. And they have a little sprig over here. So maybe I'll put this over here. So I grabbed out these two little white pots, and then I grabbed out my other two distressed pots. So let's just stick the distressed pots back here. And then I grabbed these succulents that we didn't use in that other tray. Oh, I like that there. Now let's see. Now if I stack these there. I grabbed another flower. Oh my goodness. I think I'm done. So we changed it up a little bit. I have some filler in the back. It's not completely full, but it doesn't look like it's empty back there. And I squished up this watering can up to be a little more. And then I put the bird down there. And I think that little birdhouse looks cute up there. So I'll show you what our inspiration photo looks like. And then here is our tiered tray. So I think it turned out really good. Once again, it's kind of springy. Those were the color of the flowers that I had. If you wanted to make this more neutral, I would use like whites and the champagne colors, cream colors for your flowers, and then that would definitely make it more everyday, more neutral. You could change out this for a white cup, you know, these for clear bud vases, or just use the green like they had. I just used what I had in the house. I didn't want to go out and buy anything. I didn't want to rob anything from my other decor, so that's what I did. I keep mine in a corner, so I do not decorate 360. If you had to do that, you would have to fill in the back with other things from the inspiration photo, but overall, I think it turned out really good. I kind of worked up a sweat. That was a lot of work for me, figuring out what all the pieces that I needed extra and that I didn't grab enough. So next time I do that, I'll kind of have a better idea, make sure I have enough filler. That was what I was usually missing. If you like this video, let me know down in the comments. Hit that like button because I will continue the series if it's popular. All those tier trays I would definitely use in my house. All those ideas, I'm gonna have to change my tiered tray like every week or 2 weeks now just to use up all these ideas I'm coming up with, getting inspiration from. So I will link all the pictures down below and my tiered tray, and I hope you enjoyed this. It was just fun and kind of see my thought process behind it. I tried to share it with you. Usually I do it all by myself in a room, so I tried to talk through it as much as I could. If you're ever looking on Pinterest and see a tiered tray, hopefully you have a better idea, like, oh, I can do that. I have a product similar like that, or an item similar like that, or I have that exact product or decor item. And so you don't feel frustrated or scared or anything. Tiered trays are so fun, and once you start doing them, you roll with them and you want to do them all the time. I think they're fairly addicting. That's why I probably have a few too many. My one tray 3-way will be next, and then after that we'll be getting into fall tiered trays. It's a little early, so I'm not gonna like start too super early because I don't want to decorate my house for fall yet. So we're gonna get going after back to school with the fall, and I'm excited for that. I already have ideas for my mantle and different things like that. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.